friends, I'm Jonny May and welcome to this quick tip where you're going to learn how to play beautiful romantic piano in just 4 simple steps. Now, have you ever wanted to just sit at your piano and play beautiful music for your significant other? Well, this is called improvising, and if you want to improvise beautiful music, you need to follow a system. And in this lesson, I'm going to lay out the 4 steps so that you can create endless beautiful piano. You're going to learn what I think is the most romantic chord progression. I'm going to show you my essential left-hand romantic bass line, and then I'm going to show you 5 different things that you can do in your right hand to basically make up your own beautiful melodies. And by the end of this lesson, you're going to understand how to play endless, beautiful piano for any special occasion. All right, in step 1, you're going to learn what I think is the most romantic chord progression. And this chord progression is used in hundreds of romantic songs and film scores. And the chords are very simple. We're going to start with C major, go to a G major, then an A minor, to an E minor, then an F major, to a C major, to an F major, and then finally back to a G major. Now, if you're thinking, Jonny, that sounds really familiar. Well, if you've ever been to a wedding, this is the chord progression for Pachelbel's Canon in D. So how do you improvise beautiful melodies on this chord progression? Well, that's what I'm going to show you next. But before we do that, hit that like button and be sure to subscribe for more videos just like this. All right, this takes us to step number 2. And in step number 2, we're going to do a really cool technique where we descend our bass line. Remember the first way I played it like this? Okay, well, a more beautiful way is to play it like this. Notice how my left hand is just walking down the notes of the C major scale, okay? So this is the second step, is you're going to basically invert your chords, meaning instead of playing your C to G, you're gonna play it C to G over B. Okay, that's a first inversion B. And then we're gonna go A minor to an E minor over G. That's a beautiful chord. Okay, next chord is an F, and then a C over E, that's a first inversion C, and then F major to G major. Okay, it's already starting to sound more beautiful. All right, in step number 3, we're going to take those same chords that you just learned and create a beautiful flowing sound in your left hand. Okay, and this is a hallmark of the romantic piano style, this beautiful flowing left hand. Okay, so what I recommend that you do in your left hand is to take your basic chords like C major and spread them out into tenths. And that's a really beautiful sound, okay? Now, if it's too big to reach, even if you separate it, you could go up to the root, okay? That is totally fine, but even if you're a beginner, you should be able to go up to the E and then back down, okay? That's chord number 1. Chord number 2 is a beautiful G chord spread out. And again, we're just gonna separate each note so you can reach it. Then we go to A minor, spreading out that beautiful A minor chord, you see that? And then E minor over G, lovely. See that? Down to F, we're gonna spread those tenths out. Now we're gonna put the E in the bottom. This is a C over E. See that chord? And back to F. You with me? And then back up to G. Okay? Now, I do want to mention one modification that I like to use a lot of the time, and that is on your A minor chord. Instead of an A minor, you could play this as an F over A. It has a really nice sound, okay? So sometimes I will change the way I play the A chord. Sometimes I'll make it like an F over A. Sometimes I'll make it like an A minor. You can oftentimes choose what you want here. You can also choose, instead of that E minor over G, you could make this a G chord, okay? So you have some different options. All right, welcome to step number 4, and this is the best part of this lesson because this is the part where you're going to learn how to create endless, beautiful right-hand melodies. I'm going to play some examples for you. Now you might be thinking, Johnny, are you just making that up? And the truth is, yes, I am improvising this, but I'm following a very simple system to invent each of these lines. And the way the system works is that I have several what I call stock techniques. These are techniques that just work on all of these chords. And so at any moment in time, you can use any one of these 5 techniques to create endless, beautiful lines at the piano. So I want to show you each of these 5 techniques so that you can get started improvising your own lines. Now the first technique is what I call the sus walkdown. I want to play it for you and then I'm going to break down exactly how this works. And this is a really beautiful technique because basically I'm taking each chord and instead of playing the normal chord like C major, I'm doing what's called a C sus2, like that with the D, and I'm dropping that D down to the root, okay? Then on the next chord, which is a G chord, instead of playing our G, I'm gonna go G sus4 and then bring that down to the 3rd. You see that? And then on A minor, instead of A minor, I'm going to go A sus2 or A add 2 and bring that down to the root, okay? And then same on the E. This is an E sus4 down to the 3rd. And then F, you see the pattern here? That's an F sus2, bringing it down to the root. And then C sus4 down to the 3rd. Back to F sus2, right, bringing it down. And then the G, this is a G sus2, bringing it down to the root. Now in my left hand, I like to play the root position chords because I think they match the right hand better. So for the left hand, I'm going to go C, and then G, I'm going to bring it down here to root position. Make sense? And then A minor, and then on the E, I'm going to come down to the root position chord. Make sense? And then F, same thing. We're always going down to the roots as we're playing each of these chords. Make sense? And then when you add the right hand, it sounds really beautiful. A minor. You're sounding great. To the F. Very easy to play, okay? You don't need to be an advanced player to play this, but it still sounds pretty nice. The second improv technique is what I call middle slips, and honestly, I think this is my favorite technique of the 5 that you're going to learn. Give it a listen. For this one, I'm coming down each chord with what is called a slip note. Okay, and a slip note is when you grab 2 notes of the chord, or 3, but you slip up to one of the notes just above the slip note. Okay, so in this case, I'm slipping up from the C to the D. So it's a strike, and you slip or slide up to the note. I come down the notes of the chord, and then I go to the G chord. Beautiful. Okay, look at this one. It's a G chord with a slip from the G to the A. And then on the F, beautiful. It's a slip up to the G, that's the 2nd. Come down the chord. And then the C, there's the slip. Okay, really beautiful. Then we're on the F chord. That's the slip there. Come down the chord to the C over E. That's the slip. And then on the F, one more slip to the G is going to be here. The slip, this is a slip up to the D, and we resolve it like this. Now for the left hand, I recommend that you use that arpeggiated left hand, and on this one, we're going to use the F over A. Remember I said you can alternate your left hand for A minor or F over A. So we're going to use it on this, and I'll play it slowly for you. All All right, next I'm going to show you technique number 3, but before we do this, if you want to go deeper on playing in this piano style, I recommend that you check out our course over at pianowithjohnny.com called Contemporary Progressions and Improv. In this course, you're going to learn my all-time favorite contemporary chord progressions, plus how to improvise over each chord progression. You're going to learn different left-hand patterns, and you're going to understand exactly what to do in the right hand to improvise over each chord progression. We have a beginner to intermediate level course and an intermediate to advanced level course, so I'll put a link to those below. All right, technique number 3 sounds like this. For this technique, all I'm doing is I'm taking each of my chords, like C major, and I'm breaking up 2 sets of notes. So I'm going to play the G and the E, down to the E and the C, okay? I call this interval rocking. We're rocking 2 sets of intervals against each other. And you're gonna do this on each chord. So you're gonna do it on the C chord, you're gonna do it on the G chord, you see that? And then on the A minor chord, it's your interval rocking, E minor. Okay, these are big 4-note chords. F major, we're gonna interval rock this chord. Then the C. Make sense? And then on the F, and then to the G. Okay? When you add it with your left hand, it sounds beautiful. Notice I'm playing longer notes in my right hand and shorter notes in my left hand to move it along. Okay? You could go faster. You could do that too. Okay? Lots of nice options here. All right, technique number 4 is what I call magical thirds. Here's the sound. For this technique, all I'm doing is I'm making up a melody, but I'm harmonizing it with thirds. See that? And so this technique works pretty much on any of your chords. You can take any melody note from the C major scale and harmonize it with thirds, okay? And it's really beautiful. My favorite way of playing this is to just come up and down the keyboard. So, okay, so just kind of a linear motion up and down, just working in steps. Sounds really nice. The 5th technique is the most lively technique, and if you want to create lots of excitement at the piano, this is the technique to use. Here's what it sounds like. For this technique, all that I'm doing is taking a C sus2 and arpeggiating it. And then I come down. This is called an ostinato. It's a repeated pattern that is usually played over different chords in the left hand, okay? So we have it on the C, and then on the G, walk it down. On the A minor, we're gonna be in a new position. You see that? That's our position. Just arpeggiating the notes. Walk it down. Then we have F. Okay, there's our position, just arpeggiating it. And then on the F, we're going to come back. And then the G. Okay, and that's intentional. That rub there, that B with the C, you can do on the piano. It creates a little tension, but it's a nice effect. Now the final step in all of this is to combine your various techniques. So I'm going to play you a little example solo using each of the techniques that you just learned. I'm also going to play with the included backing track, and by the way, this lesson comes with 3 downloadable backing tracks at different tempos. You can also download and print the lesson sheet music. I'll put a link to that below, and let's go ahead and improvise. Here we go. This is interval rocking. Do some thirds. Let's do some middle slips. that sus walk down. And the ostinato. Hey, I'd love to hear what you thought about this lesson. Please leave a comment. We read all of the comments. I'd like to know what you learned from this lesson and some of the takeaways that you hope to apply to your own playing. And lastly, be sure to check out pianowithjonny.com. We have the full online learning program to improvise at the piano for all levels. So check it out, and I'll see you in the next one.